there's another thing I believe you don't know. We are working already on the next generation. What I told you about the holidays, that you are going to see Centigrade in the Ultrabook. But as we speak, we are working on the next generation. And what you see over here, courtesy of our ODM, and if I've got any one of them here, really thank you very much, guys. Normally we don't get it. What you see is the next generation Ultrabook. All these Ultrabooks are featuring Ivy Bridge. Let me repeat. All these Ultrabooks are featuring Ivy Bridge. I believe it's definitely amazing because we are speaking about the first generation is going to be in the market. We've got our engineering sample, it's not production yet, but you can see the functionality, you'll be able to play with it, and you can see the form factor that we are going to have. And guys, you'll see many of those, more than most of you think, because a lot of the OEM, a lot of the ODM, we're already cooperating to delivery, and it will be there with the next generation as well at a more affordable price point. But our effort is not stopping there. We continue to innovate in order to continue to excel of what people want. And one of the things that people want is we want more battery life. And one of the things which is impacting our battery life is the screen, which consumes so much power. So in order to show it, let me show you what can we do and how can we save power on the screen. Hi, Corey.
Good morning, Mooly. How are you doing?
Live and kicking.
All right.
10 minutes to go. What do you show
here
us?
we go. What we've got here are two identically configured systems. The only difference between these two systems is the system on your left is using a traditional LVDS panel.
Is it traditional screen that people are using today?
Absolutely. The system on the right is using an EDP 1.3 panel, which includes this new technology called panel self-refresh.
So this is the power self-refresh.
Yes.
This is the traditional, but I don't see any difference between
the two. Yes, what's really happening on this system on the right is that this image that you see right here, the static image of the desktop, is actually being shown from memory on the panel electronics itself, whereas the system on your left is showing this image using system memory and waking the CPU up 60 times a second just to show this image that's not changing.
So actually, when I've got a static system over here,
yep.
The CPU is actually asleep, and yep. The self-refresh is working in the screen itself, letting the CPU and the rest of the system be used. Why would you show us what you can do with this?
Well, what I want to draw your attention to first is the power. So the power savings that you get when you have these storing the image statically is going to be about 500 milliwatts between this LVDS system.
500 milliwatts between the self-refresh and the standard. If I speak about Ultrabook kind of a solution notebook, how much time it will be translated to?
You're probably talking 45 minutes to maybe an hour, depending on the exact
45 minutes or an hour, it will be able to move together with our partners from the traditional panels to the self-refresh panels.
Yep.
What would you show us?
Let me just show you a quick demo of how this works. So what I'm going to do is launch off a slideshow right here. So what's going on right here is every time the image is static, we're in panel self-refresh, and you can see the LEDs are green. Whenever the image changes, you'll notice the LEDs went red.
So now the CPU is asleep, wake up,
yep.
woke up, refresh, went to sleep again.
Yep, so you get all these power savings.
Having good nap, woke up.
Absolutely.
Now, how can you persuade the audience? I know these guys for years. There are many skeptics over here. How can you persuade them that this is really self-refresh and it's have nothing to do with the CPU?
Well, what I'm going to do is I just pause the slideshow so that we stay in self-refresh.
Now we've got this steady picture.
Static picture. We're staying right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach around and actually pull out the display cable and prove to you this image is going to stay put.
Slowly so the camera will be able to capture it. Yes.
And there we go.
And now we've got this panel,
not
connected to the PC. You can still see the picture, self-refresh, and that's how we can get 450 milliwatts improvement. We really need to work together in order to make it the standard in the industry, and I've got confidence that in less than 2 years, this will be the new standard. Thank you.
Thanks,